Well, Dragon Folk, tomorrow is the beginning of the Magic 30th event. So here's what you're going to need to know in regards to the event and where you should be putting your attention towards. Welcome on in, Dragon Folk. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. I am Ashen Wings, and I'm here to tell you things that you probably already know. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start off by telling you guys, for anybody who is going to Vegas, who's going to be there for the event, this is just a big PSA, okay? Be prepared for a lot of crazy stuff, right? You know, it's not insane. I've been to Vegas. It's tame in the fact that it's near the area. You're not going to be, you're not going to be mugged in the street or anything, but do understand that things can happen at big events like this. So if you are bringing very expensive cards with you, or you are, showing off a bunch of expensive cards to people, do make sure to be careful, because there are people who don't know anything about Magic that might try to swindle you out of your cards. But more importantly, I want to talk about the things you got to know as a content creator, as a player, even just somebody who's walking through the venue and checking out the kind of stuff. So, of course, there are several different events going on, several different game types that are being played. We do have the very first introduction of the PvE version of Commander, essentially, which player versus environment, something that Flesh and Blood is looking to get itself kind of into. But Magic the Gathering is dipping its toes in the water at this event. I believe they call it the boss battle, I want to say. And that is their kind of way to make a PvE scene happen. I have to talk to, MTG Gaming Bob about what that is entailing and how it went when he is done with that. But of course, I will not be going to Vegas. For those of you who are hoping to see me in Vegas, I will not be there. I unfortunately am poor and do not have the funds to go. But there is talk of a future event that I may find myself present at, and I hope to see you all then once things are finalized. But anyway, we're talking more so about Magic 30. There are a couple things you need to know, right? First and foremost, this is Pan Pizza rules, guys. All right? Pan Pizza rules. I'm not going to say any words because I think all of us are aware of what the Pan Pizza rules are, okay? You need to wear the proper PPE gear for you to be in this event, okay? Don't be that guy, because I know some of you may be that guy, or, I don't want somebody to think that even though we're way past Pan Pizza levels, that we don't need to worry about that. Just know that it is Pan Pizza level stuff. You got to wear the correct coverings, because if you don't, they won't allow you in there. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, right, is all the different draft events that are going on. Some draft stuff has opened up, if I recall correctly. As of recently, I don't know whether or not it has filled itself out yet, but the options are there. When you get there, right, you can check out all the different play spaces, see whether or not spots are filled, because I'm sure some people aren't going to be able to make it to events. Some people are going to be able to make it, and it's going to be kind of here nor there. So find one that you like or would like to at least watch, and you can go there and check it out. There is the beta draft happening at this event at Magic 30. So if that is something that interests you, definitely go check out the beta draft and see what that's all about. Because I'm telling you, if somebody pulls a Black Lotus from that beta box, woo-wee, we are going to have somebody get mugged in the streets. I'm certain that man's going to have to get security brought out for for bringing them back to their car or whatever. It is going to be rough. Really anything. I mean, we're talking anything. Any of the Moxes, any of the dual lands, you're probably hard pressed to not get some pretty nasty stuff out of there. So make sure to, if you are one of those people, to please make sure you get an escort out of the building, because I am certain there will be people who will try to rob you. There are also the World Championships that are going to be going on during this event. So if you just like to sit and watch competitive Magic happen, whether it be through draft or be through the current world champions, should go and see who's going to be crowned the next world champion of Magic, feel free to go ahead and watch that. I know I'll be watching the World Championships from my home, so I'm always one to like watching the competitive play, and I'd like to see what people are running. Currently, if the World Championship is based in Standard, I'm going to go ahead and say that Esper is going to be a pretty big contender as far as that goes. Bont seems to be doing pretty well too, but it's mainly Esper, and you're still running a lot of 3-color stuff happening right now. So expect a 3-color deck to probably top 8 for sure. Everybody who's terrified of mono black isn't going to top anything. It's gonna maybe top 64, but we're already at the top 64, I think. So it's not going to happen. You're not going to see a mono black in this format getting any higher than that, because Esper is just so much better. Those are my predictions, though. Of course, I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat as I'm watching it, so hopefully we get to check that out. So people who like to make content, right, such as myself, even though I won't be there, are probably going to want to film things as they go, maybe even vlog or do a live stream of some sort, right? Some kind of thing to get their audience excited about Magic 30, the people who couldn't make it there in person. But be aware that filming is not allowed in Magic 30. As per their terms and service statement, there is not to be any filming done. And I'm not sure why that is. It could very well just be because things like, you have a game nights table that's going on. You have, I'm sure, several other things, right? You don't want to draw all this attention to all these other things. And I'm sure they're trying to keep it as secluded because I'm sure they have their own team of content makers, right? So it is going to be a little rough for a lot of people. Of course, you can pop open a vlog outside of the convention center. I know some people are just going to be hanging out in hotel rooms and playing, games of Commander and vibing throughout the entirety of it. So those obviously can all be recorded and have a fun time, but definitely going to be a hard time for content creators to want to try and get content. Of course, I don't think anybody is going to beat you up or kick you out for recording in there, because unless they have a giant sign that says no video or no photos, nobody reads the terms of service. So I'm certain you're not going to get, pummeled by security or anything like that, but you may be asked to turn your camera off or your phone off for that specific thing. Now, that's all up in the air, right? I didn't tell you guys to film, but, what's a few minute video of you walking around the convention floor going to do, right? So that's kind of the biggest things I wanted to talk about as far as Magic 30, right? There's also a party happening for those of you who got tickets. It's like a Crimson Vow themed party for Magic 30. That is going to be, I'm sure, wild. I can't wait to see any kind of footage they do in regards to the Magic 30th Crimson Vow party. But I guess it's a very select few amount of people are allowed to be in, and you get to go party with all the people from game nights, and I think Mark Rosewater will be there, and it's going to be like it's almost going to be like a Wizards of the Coast like employee party, but not. So check that out if you're willing to. I know if you didn't buy the Black Lotus ticket, you can buy tickets to go into that party. You just need to, buy them at the door, I think, or you have to buy them through Magic 30's website. So that, of course, is the actual in-person Magic 30 event. But for those of you who do want to attend virtually, there is a virtual option. You can still go buy your ticket for $30, and you can get a virtual ticket to get a whole bunch of stuff in regards to the 30th celebration, such as you get to see a Q&A with Mark Rosewater and a Q&A with Richard Garfield, I think. You also get a few things for Arena and Magic Online specific if you so choose, and some other small goodies here and there. But it's mainly you get access to those Q&As, and the rest of it is pretty much going to be streamed on Twitch. The championships are probably going to be streamed on Twitch or YouTube, depending. So you don't need to pay a ticket for that. I've actually gotten to the point where I think I'm probably not going to buy a virtual ticket, if I'm being entirely honest, because somebody else out there is going to do my work for me and is going to record the entirety of the Q&As, which I'm going to watch and piece out. And then as far as the World Championships goes, I'm going to go check those out in person, in person. By that, I mean on my computer, as they are happening. So again, a big shout out to everybody who's made it this far in Magic 30. This is very much so a strange time for Magic, because of the there's anger, and then there's not anger. There's people who are speculating on $1,000 product, and then there's people who are wanting to sell everything that they own that's Magic the Gathering related because of said product. It is a very, very tumultuous time in Magic the Gathering. And I think that as long as you can enjoy this event in a way that makes sense for you, whether or not that be meeting up with some of your favorite content creators and playing Magic with them, or even just playing with your friends at Magic 30, right? Just going there with your buddies. I know a lot of the round table crew are all going to be going, and they're going to have a fun time catching up and, jamming in some drafts of Infinity. So it'd be a pretty fun time. So absolutely keep an eye out for that. Also be aware that spoiler season starts today for the Brothers War. I am going to try my best to, I don't know, I want to do like one full spoiler thing instead of every day making a new video on new spoilers, because sometimes it's like 3 cards and I don't really need to make a whole video for 3 cards. So we're going to keep an eye out for the stuff that's in the Brothers War. I'll probably just make a video regarding all of the spoilers once everything is kind of released, talk about some of my favorite cards, talk about my favorite mythics and rares, and if there's any new keywords or anything of the sort that come out, any new craziness that might be delved into as far as mechanics, I'll probably make a video on those. But each individual card probably will not get its own video unless it's a short. So keep a lookout for that kind of stuff. And again, everybody who's going to Magic 30, really everybody in the world regardless, please be safe, okay? Don't get stupid. Don't get drunk on the streets and then go inside Magic 30 thinking that you can be inebriated while playing or being in there. Don't just carry your binder around under your arm to the event on the streets of Vegas. Again, it's not a terrible place, especially the Strip, but I don't think this one's located on the Strip, if I recall. I just want everybody to be aware that anything can happen, right? And more importantly, please, again, remember the Pan Pizza rules, okay? Please, don't be that guy. Again, I just need to reiterate that, okay? Don't be that guy. It's for a few days. If you really can't handle it, it's for a few days. You're going to be fine, I promise, okay? Anyway, that's it for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are excited for Magic 30, right? I mean, obviously nobody seems to be excited about the 30th anniversary edition, but definitely go ahead and look into some of the stuff that might be the thing, even if you're just going to watch the World Championships, right? I'm curious to know who wins, right? I'm curious to see what kind of decks are going up against one another and what the brackets are going to look like. I love a good competition, so I'm happy to see what's going to happen. But as you're leaving that comment down below telling me what you guys are most excited for Magic 30, please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. I like to make all this content on a regular basis for you guys because, well, you know, I like making content for everyone, and I feel like the more that's out there, the better off things are. So you can also check out our Patreon link in the description down below. We do have that there. Again, something that's not necessary at all, but it is definitely appreciative. All the support I can get for this goes right into making all of this better. This specifically, maybe I'll get a facelift or something, you know what I mean? Because, you know, definitely feeling the age as I roll closer to 30 years old. But anywho, again, thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate your support. And I will see you all very soon. Nerd out.